Hello, this is going to be a combination of a personal chat and campaign progress. It's Wednesday, October 24th, 2012. So where am I? It's about 3 a.m. right now. Well, I guess it'll be a mix. So what I want is I'm going to be using the 12 seals. Each of the 12 towns that I will be tasked to represent in the state level has a seal, an official seal of the town that they use on their official documents, and I wanted to get the seal, and I started looking at it. I looked at one town, I looked at the other town. The second town doesn't even have a seal of their town online, and the first town, it's just a poorly, it's a poor graphic. So I'm thinking I need to visit the 12 towns and visit their clerk's office and see about getting the official seal on how should I say this, on the computer, um, something like that. And then from there, put it up on the internet as a public. So for other people to use it for whatever reason that they might or need to use it, but use it for myself because I need to have it on my website, and I'm also thinking I might as well just add it to the personal card, because right now it's important that I kind of get the personal cards done so I can use that to when I meet people, I can give them that so they can take a look and keep me in mind if they have something to share. But still, it's very important to have the website, some of it already up, and it's not at the moment. So I began to troubleshoot that a little bit, and I through looking at different hosting and different I looked at three, I guess, three different hosting. I guess I thoroughly looked at only one. I looked at two thoroughly. The first is I looked at intuit.com, and they just look not. They don't seem like they would have the complexity that I would need. So then I went to networksolutions.com, and there's a lot of complex products that they have that would be of use to me. And I just started looking at the price, and I'm thinking initially it might cost me around $300 or $400 to get to domain names and hosting, including an SLL, the security license. So the website could be an HTTPS, which Charlie's just going crazy. He just like ran in a circle at 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, way to go, Charlie. Lost my train of thought. So, including the security for the website, that would be useful for me in the sense that it will be used. I don't know, I'm sure if I use PayPal to take in donations from the website, political contributions, though I could take them from Network Solutions as well, so I just have to compare which one would be cheaper for me in terms of somebody's going to be taking a cut. Speaking of PayPal, they've put some restriction on my account because I did register as a political campaign account, and they request some documentation from me that I need to probably fax them or email them, so they can restrict the restrictions, restrict the I mean, so they can remove the restrictions. The thing is that I still need to, I might possibly get up myself a non-profit organization and see if, or at least research to see if I could register my campaign under a non-profit license. So when I take in, for the purpose of, so when I take in contributions from PayPal, they don't take anything. If it's registered as a non-profit organization, PayPal does not take a cut, which is amazing, because then there's no money lost, which is very important. So I'd be saving money. I guess any way you want to look at it, it's a good thing. I haven't done that. I was talking about network solutions. So with that, I'm not sure if, because I know the portal that PayPal uses for people typing in their information and purchasing or sending donations is pretty secure. At least it uses its own as a basic free feature, but I believe it redirects you to PayPal, and you can pay a little bit to have it done through the website. You can go through the website, and it's just a monthly fee. So it looks more professional and more. It's easier. It's simpler because you're not redirected to a different website. I don't want that to happen. Oh, it's SSL certificate. I'm sorry. That's what I was talking about, the security. Plus, with network solutions, I get a lot of packages for advertising, online advertising. I'm looking here, Facebook. They have partnered up with Facebook. I'm not sure if they have anything. Oh, they have something with Google Places, but I'm not sure about the Google. Might have to do that directly from Google. It'd be simpler if I could do it from this platform, Network Solutions, but ideally, I need somebody else to be doing this. But for the present time, I'm going to be figuring this out, and because it'd be well, the thing is, I would love to have with this is something that an expert should be able to, an expert should do something like this in any organization. But I'll do what I can, and I will see about finding somebody who would be able to take over, who has a lot more expertise with this. So I want to get this done, and also from Network Solutions. Back to the thing. I need to increase productivity between me and Oliver right now. So I'm thinking, instead of bouncing back emails, there is a better alternative, especially where he's sending me photos and I'm sending back some feedback on them. I think it's better to have some sort of a medium where he could just simply upload the photos and I could leave comments and everything is stored, because for the present time everything is just mixed in, like, maybe, I don't know, 50 emails. It's just a mix of ideas, and I want to kind of it's written here better than I can explain it right now. Let's see. Just give me a moment. Sorry. I mean, there's this kind of like a website, so to speak, from Network Solution that gives you that option to do something like that for increasing corroboration efforts, because email is it's very limited. Okay, so that's that. I keep getting also sidetracked with kind of just reading Today I started reading the, I don't know how I got to this, but I started reading the manual which has been released to the public by the order of the Secretary of the Air Force. This is Air Force Instructions, the 7th of August 2012. These are the standards, and it's about, it's like the it's the guideline that every single Air Force member must uphold themselves to. And the reason I bumped myself into this is I want to read the guidelines for all of the police and teachers and principals and see what's wrong with them, if anything, and see where it's not happening, because they don't give me a base of comparison between what's supposed to be happening and what's not happening. I ended up exploring a little bit, and I realized from Intuit I still had a website up that has not been used for about 3 years, and every month I've been charged $20, so $240 times 3, $722 was wasted. Not from my campaign or anything, but this is personal. So I closed it down. That's how I got to discovering that Intuit is it's a terrible, terrible company for hosting. Yeah, I might have to go. I'm just looking at the network solutions. I might really have to go with this. Okay, so where else am I at? I've been thinking about my hair because I need to take more photos this week. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Maybe I'll try to set up something for Wednesday and Thursday with Kevin, and I think I'll just pay him like, I don't know, like $10 for him to come out with me for like an hour and just take some photos, because it's not just paying, like, it's, I don't know, maybe if I don't or something, I might feel like I'm imposing. No, maybe 20, I don't know, like something small though. For his time, for his contribution, because he's going to be going out of his way. He's not very interested in government and all of this, I don't think. Also, network solutions. If my idea of having everything created individually, well, I was looking at this network solutions has this very nice product called WordPress. It's a WordPress blog hosting. It's very easy for me to make like a quick article, like a short article from time to time, or maybe even daily. Though I do just plan to, well, of different events, I guess, maybe different photographs that I would take throughout the day while campaigning or while talking with people that would stand out to me, and talk about all the various people I meet, and just to keep it going. For the people to, if they get interested in what I want to do and how I'm doing in terms of my political ambition, they could keep tabs by visiting the website. Assuming that the educational material that I would like to have on the website is not applicable to them. Though with that, it's going to be as well something, at least a weekly commitment. I can't reasonably foresee me to do that daily. Um, to sit and research and compile and simplify um, basic educational things, nutrition, civics, government, voting. I also started to investigate a little bit. I spent some time doing some research on, this was today, so a little bit, on Challenger. And a Challenger is, I would be able to, assuming that I would find volunteers to help out, I could place volunteers, and well, I would like to place them all in every single voting station. They would be probably a total of, I think 50 or 60 or yeah, something along those lines. That number, anywhere between 50 and 100 voting areas, maybe closer to 50 throughout the 12 towns. And what I could do is I can place people there to ensure that nothing is not happening that should not be happening, to assure myself. I guess it's done for that reason, I guess. The position is called Challenger, and you have to go through a process, and you have to get a permit. And it's a pretty good idea. I'm pretty fortunate that it's available. Because maybe 30 years ago, something like that was not available, or whenever. So it's like a great addition to government that I was not even aware of that exists. Considering that I'm independent and I have no, I guess, base or assurance that I will maintain some type of status quo. I got stuck talking about, well, I'll show this. Well, it's important because I have to, I can't overlook any details. It needs to be as close to perfect as it can be with whatever that's available in today's society. So I was thinking I need a title. Well, because of what Oliver sent me with the business card. I need a title for myself. I didn't think about that before, but I do need to get to think of an official title for myself in the process of this campaign, and I don't know what would be the best words to use. So I wrote down a list. Candidate for New Jersey General Assembly for District 36. I don't know. The 36th District candidate for the New Jersey General Assembly. Candidate for the New Jersey General Assembly of 36th District. Independent candidate for the New Jersey General Assembly the lower legislative body of the legislative branch of District 36. No, of the state of New Jersey for District 30. No, that I'm just adding now. New Jersey General Assembly candidate for District 36 in November 5th, 2013 election. New Jersey General Assembly candidate of and for District 36. The New Jersey General Assembly candidate of and for the 36th district. Maybe one the latter of the two. Maybe it's actually use of by and for, and maybe put emphasis on that, of by and for. That's a good idea. Or the title would be maybe Hurricane for Assembly. No, that would be my title. Candidate. Yeah, just candidate. So that's a good word. Because essentially the people themselves, they have to make a decision if I'm good or if I'm bad. So the ball is in their court to decide. But the thing here that's going to be different is I need them to also be part of that whole experience. If they actually, if and when I get elected. And you have to use words in the process of doing anything, really. You have to commit yourself if and when, or when. So you have to put yourself in a frame of mind that you're going to accomplish anything you set yourself out to do. What else did I want to talk about? The names I'm thinking for the domain, olegvk.com, for the actual campaign, and then the message board, speakthefirst.com, or the community. In all honesty, maybe I was thinking have this Speak the First be the community that I would be building in the process of this. On a side note, I also need to think for myself, to protect myself and to protect the position of government. I wrote, I need to think or find a way to hold myself accountable and not let it be another person's burden. Because it happens today often that who holds government accountable? The people. But is there a way to have government hold itself accountable so that people don't have to be concerned about holding the government accountable and wasting their, or not wasting, but spending time and energy on that? And then I worked on some questions for the Bergen County Freeholder meeting, which would be the week after the election. And then in my journal, I've been writing new things, but this is not, well, it's not that important right now, what I've written here. I was just taking some notes on Classic Park's Board of Education. Some ideas, well, that they've started, that in a way could transition into what I would like to have achieved. Um, when I thought about some of these things I want to do with my two focuses of the public schools and the criminal justice system. And I want to learn what other countries have their primary education and for students at the age of 16. Because in the United States it's still 18. In the UK it's 16. But not everybody could go on to post-secondary educational institution, or for some other reasons they stay 2 extra years, but it's not required. So they could begin university at 16, but university usually I think has a in some cases, I don't know. I actually don't know what I'm talking about at this point. But it's something that I need to look into more, because that's going to be a help. Because the plan is I'm going to be looking at what other countries are doing in terms of their educational system and their criminal justice system, to see the best course of action to take or to attempt to pursue. My position on it. But the most important thing is to figure out what the people need and want, and what their interests are. That's the most important thing. And I'm actually hoping on that all this stuff is going to make sense to them, because that's might be the best way to go to alleviate all of their problems. I looked at the labor statistics and the unemployment rate of my area. Now, specifically, the county doesn't break it down by town to town, but the unemployment has gone up a little bit since last year. So there's a little bit more people now unemployed, even though the statistic is quite inaccurate. The unemployment statistic that is going around in the United States and different states, it's not an accurate statistic to go by, because it doesn't factor in the people who have given up looking for a job or given up participating in the economy. I also need to figure out a way where I want to find a way where I could get a whole crowd of artists to participate in taking maybe some of the photos that I plan on taking of myself, or just various different things, and modifying it and maybe reinventing it or contributing to it. There was I'm back now. We're gonna switch over to personal chat real quick. I signed up for this website Marlboro Black. .com. It's for smokers who are 21. They're quite serious on that. You have to be within the United States to be part of it as well. They don't joke around with this kind of stuff here. With the smoking, it's very to be part of, and it's hard to explain, but because they don't want to mail coupons. If they mail coupons to somebody who's under the legal age of smoking, they could lose a lot of money. And you can't advertise to somebody who's not of legal age of smoking. It's just very, very bad. So with this, I signed up to get a free camera lens. I'm not sure how it looks like, what it'll be, and if it'll fit in Kevin's camera, because Kevin's camera is Canon TI, and I've never used cameras like that before. It's like a professional camera. I only used digital cameras. So I requested to get that sent to me. It'll probably arrive. But on the website, they're doing a contest. We have to submit a portfolio, and 8 people win a Canon EOS 50 Mark III with EF 24 105mm and EF 70 300mm lenses, speedlight 600 RT, flash, battery grip, SD cards, and carry bag. If I could get that, that would be of great assistance to me. I'll be able to take photographs. It's important because I'm going to try to document my experience and share as much of it as possible. That's important. So if I can get myself to be a finalist and get this package with my limited resources, it would be of great service to me. I'd be extraordinarily grateful for that. So I'll toy around with that. It's a contest that's available. I went to see an apartment today, and I scheduled an appointment to see 2 more, and one of them is in a building similar to this one that I live in. Well, not as high ceilings as here. The ceilings here are really, really high. That because in the earlier days, this apartment was for the wealthy people, but now it transitioned into, yes. And this place, it's 4 floors, and the apartment for rent is on the 4th floor, on the corner, so that would be perfect for me. If I have to walk all those flights and get some exercise, because I've been finding myself eating a lot lately. I guess stress, or because just I'm thinking a lot and just doing a lot. But I haven't been drinking every night, so that's good. Last night I got on Congregate and I played some games and I recorded them. I wanted to do like a review on some of the games that came out, because I haven't done that in a while. haven't like went on and played any games. And I started playing some of them, and they're just not fun. There are a lot of multiplayer games that just require a tremendous commitment of time. But I'll probably get around to uploading that. And with that, I think it's time for me to go to sleep. It's 3:30. I'm tired. I still have some food behind me that I didn't finish eating. So I'm gonna go. So it's a little bit, but personally, I kind of would. I'm kind of my own personal feeling of the direction, the current direction is, it's not as productive right now as I would have hoped it to be. So I'm going to be doing what I can to rectify that and pick the pace up in terms of progression and progress. It might be reasonable for me to already transition my talk about my campaign to an official campaign YouTube channel. So that will change, that will ease up something, because when I was working on the YouTube, sorry, I'm talking like, I'm talking kind of like, because I'm tired and I have to organize my thoughts before I say them a little bit. Well, from the get-go, I should have maybe had 10 or so different YouTube channels to not have such a mixed content or such a mixed presentation. I did change my I don't know what the best name to it, but I did change the description of my YouTube channel to kind of not really, if somebody were to try to figure it out, to not go crazy with not understanding it. A collection of thoughts, ideas, and projects. Yeah. Huh. Okay. I also found, well, I found some guy on, while searching around on who lives in Richfield. He's a Russian American Jew, and he's Jewish. Sorry if that might have sounded Jew. No, it is Russian American Jew. Yeah, like Catholic. Um, and he's a political activist. I think he created his own Wikipedia. I might bump into him and see what he has to say, because he might be a guy who might be interested in what I want to do. Who knows, maybe I can convince him to run as well. Maybe I should just do that, contact him right off the bat, off the get-go, see if he wants to run for this position as well, because this position is it's a lowly position that I'm running for. Even though it's the state government, it's not I'm not a U.S. senator, or it's not something that, well, most people don't even know what it is, or that it even exists. So that's how lowly it is right now. But in the big picture, it's quite, any of these positions to not be to thought of as inferior. It's not an inferior position. It's an important position. All right. Okay, I'm gonna upload this and go to bed. Goodbye.